Mayberry RFD. This was a spin-off of the Andy Griffith Show. And how this show came about is when Andy Griffith decided to leave the series after 8 seasons in 1968. Most of the supporting characters returned for the retitled program Mayberry RFD, which ran for 3 seasons, 78 episodes in all, on the CBS television network from 1968 to 1971. During the final season of the Andy Griffith Show, widower, farmer, Sam Jones, played by Ken Berry, and his young son Mike, played by Buddy Foster, are introduced and gradually become the show's focus. Sheriff Andy Taylor takes a back seat in the storylines, establishing the new premise. The show's first episode, Andy and Helen's Wedding, had the highest rating in recorded television history up to the premiere date in 1968. Sheriff Taylor and newlywed wife Helen make guest appearances on Mayberry RFD until late 1969, and then relocate with Opie. Mayberry RFD, which stands for Rural Free Delivery, was popular throughout its entire run, but was canceled after its third season in CBS's Rural Purge of 1971. Father and son stories involving Sam and Mike Jones are reminiscent of the episode that started the Andy Griffith Show. Both characters are introduced in the last season of the Andy Griffith Show, beginning with Sam's election as head of the town council. Most of the townfolk from the Andy Griffith Show continued their roles. Loyal Mayberry citizens Goomer Pyle, played by George Lindsay, Clara Edwards, who was played by Hope Summers, Emmett Clark, played by Paul Hartman, and Howard Sprague, played by Jack Dotson, are seen regularly on the show. Sheriff Andy Taylor and his sweetheart Helen Crump marry in the new title's first episode. Both make additional appearances, mostly Andy, then leaves the series in late 1969. Aunt Bee, Frances Bavier, becomes Sam's housekeeper but leaves after the second season to be replaced by Sam's cousin Alice Cooper, who is played by Alice Ghostley. Don Knotts and Ronnie Howard, respectively, appear in the first episode. Actress Arlene Goleckin, who played Howard Sprague's sweetheart Millie Hutchins Swanson in the Andy Griffith Show, becomes Sam's love interest in the retitled season. Notable guest stars who also appeared on Mayberry RFD: Farrah Fawcett. She played a showgirl in the Millie the Model on October 20th of 1969. Jodie Foster also made an appearance on there, who actually was Buddy Foster's sister in real life. She played a fairy in the church play on November 18th, 1968, and a little girl in All for Charity October 12th of 1970. Terry Garr played a cashier in Miss Farmeretta on December 23rd of 1968. CBS saw a dramatic change in direction with the shift. It finally moved away from shows with rural themes and went more towards the appeal of the urban and suburban audiences. In this purge of 1971, shows like Hee Haw, Lassie, Family Affair, Hogan's Heroes, and the Jim Neighbors Hour got canceled. There was many other shows that got canceled during this time, but they did move away. But it did give way to shows like All in the Family. It spun off a show Maude, The Jeffersons, The Dick Van Dyke Show, and The Waltons, and a couple other ones too. So small town America was replaced by big city comedy show types. I think we can all remember Mayberry RFD, The Andy Griffith Show, The Waltons, shows of rural America that gave us that feeling of down home and just wanted to settle in front of the TV every night and watch these shows. But they were replaced by other shows that were more big city shows that were very popular too. But with all that, I think, we can reminisce about small town America, and from time to time, turn the TV set on, watch some of these classic shows. and fall back into that small town atmosphere again. They were all on CBS. Also wanted to say, if you get time, go to Mount Airy, North Carolina. The third week in September, they have what's called Mount Airy Days or Mayberry Days. And they have a lot of stars. They have a big parade. And they also have stars from the show that show up. Betty Lynn, Thelma Lou, she shows up. Ronnie Schill. Have the Fun Girls there sometimes. The Dillards are there. Also Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother. He shows up there. At least some pictures in here. Here's a picture of me with Clint Howard. Picture of me with Ronnie Schill. And the one and only Thelma Lou, Betty Lynn. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and share this video with friends and family. Thank you very much.